level of denial and mythification and excuse making that goes on. There are current day senior teachers like Hari Jiwan, Guru Jagat, Tej Khalsa, who in their public classes prior to COVID, once Premka's book came out, were calling her a lying prostitute whore for what she wrote in the book, which is the truth. And the victims of abuse are liars, cheaters, and just simply out for money. And these are young girls and these are young women that were bitten, spit on, urinated on, beaten during sex. I won't even go into all of the types of sex because it's just a little too disgusting for this format. Broken jaws, noses, broken arm, all during sex acts with Yogi Bhajan. And these senior teachers continue to protect him and say that the victims of this sordid and horrific abuse make it up and are seeking fame, money, and fortune. Pamela Dyson hasn't made a penny on the book. The book's done well, but I publish books too. In this day and age, you don't make a lot of money writing books. It's an act of love. But
even so, that narrative was the exact narrative that we got in the early 80s. So yes. When I heard that narrative from anybody who wants to put themselves on that side of things, which I don't even like framing, what it did for me is the memory of it was living in my body kind of showed up like, oh, that's so familiar. I remember hearing that in the atmosphere in the 80s. And I'm like 8. So of course you don't actually remember. It was just a nostalgia memory of like, oh, prostitute, this, and it's a formulaic thing when somebody goes against the grain.